Good afternoon. At some point, advice from people we've known for years began to feel less persuasive than guidance from strangers online. Friends, family, and colleagues are quietly set aside, while someone we've never met becomes the authority. So today we're asking, why do we trust online advice more than people we actually know? Martin, when you're faced with a decision and need advice, where do you usually turn first?
I usually turn to the internet before I speak to anyone I know because it feels easier and less complicated.
What makes it feel less complicated than asking someone close to you?
People I know come with history and opinions, and once you ask them, you're committed to listening. Online advice feels neutral, and if it turns out to be wrong, there's no awkward follow-up.
And when advice works out, how do you treat it?
I quietly take the win and tell myself I figured it out on my own.
Margaret, do you think people still value experience when they're making decisions?
They say they do, but their behaviour suggests otherwise because they immediately check their phone.
What does online advice offer that personal advice does not?
Online advice does not know you, it can't judge you, and it will never remind you later that you ignored better guidance.
So familiarity changes how advice is received.
Familiarity brings accountability, and many people would rather take vague guidance from a stranger than clear advice from someone who cares.
Josh, why does online advice feel so convincing to people?
Because it is presented with confidence, clarity and polish, which makes it feel authoritative even when it is not.
Does accuracy matter less than presentation?
Presentation often comes first because certainty is easier to consume than nuance, especially online.
So what are people really responding to?
They are responding to how professional the advice looks, not how informed it actually is.
So perhaps we don't trust the internet more than the people around us. We trust advice that feels consequence-free. Tell me in the comments, whose advice do you ignore, even though you suspect they might be right? But this is Captain Flush, reminding you that the most confident advice is not always the most careful. With this episode of Captain Flush, why stop here? There are nearly 100 more absurd adventures waiting for you. Just type Catching Flush into YouTube and prepare for more Monty Python-style plumbing mayhem. Don't forget to like, share and comment, and it keeps my moustache combed and my episodes coming daily. See you tomorrow for another daily dose of chaos from Dulwich Plumber TV.